I heard about FBA very early on.
What year was that?
2014.
7 years ago now. Okay.
Yeah, basically, and I heard a lot of smart passive income and such. I'm not sure if you're familiar with.
It's a podcast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I heard a lot of people making a lot of money in the United States with that, and I haven't heard anyone in Germany or around Europe actually doing it at all. And so I tried to find partners to actually create an FBA business with me.
Yeah.
And at that time, nobody knew, nobody was interested. And then we formed a little group. In 2015, I believe, we formed a little mastermind around FBA.
Who was in the mastermind? Who was part of the mastermind?
We were like 10 people.
Okay.
And Jill Long, of course, my future partner in the FBA teaching, was one of them. I think Bastian Barami was one of them. And then there is like 4 or 5 people that I didn't went through with it, I think.
Yeah.
And that's about it. So so we just started with our physical products business, trying to create some things that we heard in podcasts, right? And
Nice.
It was very little information online about all this stuff. So it was easier for me in the United States because there were already some tools available. There were already some like shows, podcasts that taught you how to do it. In Germany it was a bit more like unknown. So at the same time, like we go right here.
Yeah.
At the same time I was selling products, or started to sell products. I also started private label journey, the website, the blog, later the podcasts and stuff, because we tried to just like teach people how to do it, because we knew it was just the market was here. People were interested, but no one knew how to do it. So we just like all our expertise and we put together in a blog.
Yeah.
And soon enough we realized writing is not our strength. So Jill and me, we both we are not good writers. We write poorly, we don't like writing, and so on. So I started liking the podcast more and more, and Jill also started liking the YouTube channel more and more. So we basically hired Philip, and he did some writing as well, because you have to have some writing. But we focused on building our community, our Facebook community, and grow there, and that's basically what we did in FBA.
That's cool. Yeah, actually, I got to know you as well in 2017. Well, I'll say first passively, because I actually knew, hey, there's this guy like Thomas. He's like one of the best Amazon FBA sellers in Switzerland, and he has his own podcast. I said, oh wow, cool.
Yeah.
And then I was following you actually on your podcast, and it was very inspirational content that you were putting out there about the whole subject. And then eventually I also saw you at a conference in Germany, in Bonn.
Yeah, right.
Maybe you can tell how that actually happened.
Yeah, sure. Probably I was also the only FBA seller you knew in Switzerland, because there were none. But yeah, Jill and me, we discussed about making a conference, and it was just a no-brainer, because you knew all these people online in Facebook. There were 5,000 community members, but you have not seen them. So why not make an event? And in 2016 we rented the Millantor Stadion in Hamburg.
Yeah.
You can just rent the part on the side, and it was a very nice conference, and it was very much like networking for us. We could really learn how to connect with like people from all over the world. We met Manuel Becquar from Import Dojo, we met Will Tiernlund, we met other people, and it was really, really nice because
all big players in the FBA.
Yeah, we could just like be on the same level with them, but we didn't do anything actually. We just like set up the conference, and it was so nice. And yeah, the next year we rented the Bundestag in Bonn and made a bigger conference even, and that was as I told you before, it was not very lucrative, but it was very, very rewarding in other terms. So
it was a mega cool event. Yeah. So guys, I think we're around 400 people. I didn't know anything about FBA. I just came there and I was just inspired by all these talks. And then in the end, we actually went on a cruise ship.
Yeah,
on a small boats on the Rhine River. That was an amazing event as well in the night.
Yeah, it was a lot of organizing, and we had a lot of help. But it was very, very nice. Good memories.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But so, Thomas, if somebody doesn't know what FBA is or what it actually stands for, maybe you can give a little introduction to someone who's new to online business as well. What does FBA stand for? What does it entail? How do you make money with that?
Yeah, sure. So basically, you sell products, different kind of products. Maybe your own products, maybe products you have by someone produced, and you sell them through Amazon. So Amazon does store the products, does send them out, does the returns, does the financing, and customers are already there. They already have their credit card on Amazon. Everyone purchases, and it's much easier than having an own shop basically, because the customers is already there. You have just to be better than the next guy trying to sell the same product basically. And in 2015 it was still very early, so it was much easier to sell. You could basically sell anything online.
Like a garlic press?
Maybe like a garlic press. It was a bit. That's the story of another podcaster with his garlic press. But you could basically sell a lot of things if it's good marketed. Nowadays it's a little bit more effort, a little bit more crowded in some spaces. You have to find products that are not as saturated, or you have to have a better product, and then you have to communicate to the customer. So basically you just order a bunch of product, maybe like 2,000 pieces of whatever. If you order in China, you can make a better product, have some product improvements, have some better quality control, have some better packaging and whatnot, and then you just send them over to Amazon and then start selling. It's not that easy, but it's basically what it is.
So basically, just to let me understand you, or let the guys out there understand. So you basically go to China, for instance, you look for this product, for instance, like I want to sell this iPhone case, and then I put my own logo on there, and then I order like 10,000 pieces, ship them to Amazon, either in Europe or the US, and then I sell them.
Yeah, basically that's it. I mean, you have to have a brand nowadays, a registered brand, then you can just brand your product accordingly and try to sell it. iPhone case is maybe a bit hard, but that's basically what it is. It can be equipment for bees. It can be like, you have to think very niche. You have to don't go into sports, fitness or yoga or whatever.
Yoga mat.
Yeah, just oftentimes it's also just a passion of somebody, and he finds a niche by himself. And my approach was more analytical or like data driven. Yeah. So I just sell whatever, which is not as rewarding in the long run. I mean, I find good opportunities. I source good products, but at the end I don't care what product it is, and that's not as rewarding as some people that are really into kite surfing, and they know they need to have this special bar for the kites to have a better grip and whatnot, and then they produce it and they are very stoked, and yeah, it's not the same, but it's working well, and it got a little bit repetitive after some time, because it's always the same process. Even it's an interesting process, and there's a lot of things to it. So I started hiring people that will actually do a lot of the hard work during this process. And for example, I have a Chinese employee, and she can much easier communicate with the factories.
Yeah.
Much better, like get better deals and
negotiation as well.
Yeah, for sure. And then I have other people that are very good in the whole process and have everything under control. And me, I'm just more like of this type of 80-20 guy. I'm not sure how to tell you, but I'm the one that like making the doors open, or like creating the opportunity. And as soon as it is running, as soon as something works, I lose interest. So I need someone to actually keep control, execute. But I try to find the way or the opportunities that will be possible, that will work.
Yeah.
But then someone else needs to take over and rock the boat.
Super interesting. Could you just like briefly explain like the different steps involved in like from let's say the idea of a product until the customer buys it? What's all involved?
How do you mean? You mean like the steps in creating the product?
Yeah,
or?
like FBA sourcing.
Yeah. So first you just need not only an interest, but you also have data that will assure there is enough volume in the market, that there is enough profit, that there is enough just that you have to make sure you're going to be successful, which is not easy because you never know how expensive you can sell your product. You need to know about regulations, if it's like foods or skincare or whatever. It's not just selling something. It's not like I would negatively say China garbage or something. It's you have to have an idea of your product as well, and then you maybe want to educate yourself on the product, like say if it's involved with cotton or with some fabric, you have to make sure it's like how is it made, how thick does it need to be, what's the requirements. And when you know that, you can basically go to Alibaba or any sourcing website to start asking factories what they can do, what it costs, and what you could do to improve on the product. We can walk over there.
That's it.
Then you just want to read the negative reviews on Amazon, basically,
of the competitors,
to get a feeling of the competitors, what's actually going on with this product. Also, you can read the good reviews, obviously, but it's very transparent. You see what's going on mostly, and then it's just a matter of finding a good partner in China or finding a good partner locally, which is something we focus on as well. While we are selling mostly in the US, we try to focus more on local suppliers in the US because that eliminates a lot of hassle from logistics to language barrier to like supply chain and whatnot. So we try to source more locally, but it's very difficult because pricing in China is just very competitive.
Still,
yeah.
How about India?
Yeah, India might work, Vietnam might work, Eastern Europe is very popular for European markets, but you'd have to deal with other things. For example, there's a lot of products you don't get in India, or it's just a little bit more vibrant and messy than in China. In China, everything is more structured, more like I copy something one-to-one, and it's possible, but you have to specialize on that and to learn that. And once you have the product, you have to make sure you get different kind of samples and test the samples. You order the products to your home, and you just try to get a feeling on how this product is. then you can also order a few competitors and compare with those, just to be sure you have a good product. And then you can improve on it, you can brand it, obviously, you need a logo on it, and then your main job is to deliver a message with branding, packaging, marketing, imagery. You're basically selling the dream of the product, right?
Like storytelling?
Yeah, like storytelling. I mean, on the pictures, on the first picture on Amazon, you can only show the product, but after that you can storytell. Like for example, if the company Bosch is selling a screwdriver, they will just put a picture of the screwdriver. But if you sell a screwdriver, you need to show why it's better, but you also need to show why using it makes you feel the way you want to feel, right? So that's maybe a man and he's in the kitchen and he's having trouble like screwing in some with a cheap screwdriver or whatever,
and
it breaks and once he has your product, his wife is very happy. It's maybe a stupid example, but that's basically what it is. You have to show if it's a product for kids. Maybe you show the grandparents that actually gives them, that actually like gifts the product to the kids, or because the buyer wants to have this good feeling of buying a superior product and getting these emotions they see. So it's a lot of like emotional marketing stuff involved in selling products that are little dreams, basically.
Nice. Yeah, Amazon is really incredible, right?